shit too. You all was the one ever since my hair was me and my brothers be ballin' like all three. I can never leave my brother Mario Luke. I can tell the weather, but I can feel it in the air, rain coming soon. Oh, they talking hot, cool, and more vibe. Making shower on the block, no shampoo to the metal.
What the heck is going on with y'all? It's your boy Heck, and I'm welcoming you back to the What.Da.Hecpodcast, where basketball's an art and the courts are canvas. In this episode, we're going to be talking about Jalen Brunson dropping 55 points and 9 assists. Boy, oh boy. I've been waiting to do a video on Jalen Brunson because I want to have a really bang out game, but I generally believe that Jalen Brunson is going to be the reason why the Knicks win the championship this year. Bold take, I know. It's going to be interesting to see how the Knicks do this year because respectfully, he's been carrying the load and putting New York on his back. Him, Josh Hart, Karl-Anthony Towns, who I did a film breakdown on, and Mikal Bridges have been sitting there putting in the work for the Knicks to be a successful championship contender. And honestly, if they could sit there and be consistent and keep on playing smart team basketball and remain healthy, they could sit there and challenge Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals. But hey, as y'all know the drill, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and with that, let's get it, man. To give a briefing about Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is a lefty. He can shoot, he can finish, but his biggest strength is he's very silent, he's very stout, and he likes playing, and he can play off of two very well. What are his strengths? JB's strengths are shooting. He's currently shooting 40% from the three-point line. Finishing in the mid-range. He's really good at playing off of two. He has really good touch around the rim. He's good at runners and floaters around the rim. And 3, facilitating. He does it. But the reason why the Knicks are doing so well this year, the Knicks have a lot of mouths to feed. He needs to find a way to get Karl-Anthony Towns his shots. He needs to find a way to get Mikal Bridges his shots. He needs to figure out a way how to get OG Anunoby his shots and find his own shots. So understanding all of that and all the concepts, it makes him a really good point guard. He's very good at facilitating the offense and keeping the offense running smoothly. Now, what are his weaknesses? 1, lack of athleticism. Jalen Brunson's not an above-the-rim player. 2, he primarily likes going left. And not saying he can't finish with his right hand, because I'm pretty sure he can, but he primarily likes going to his left. So when you understand what he likes to do, it becomes very predictable for him to stop him. I know I said only 2 weaknesses, but I'm really trying to have a difficult time finding the third one, and I'd rather be accurate than make something up. It's going to be interesting to see how Jalen Brunson gets his buckets. But hey, y'all already know the drill. Let's get it. Pick and roll. Now he snakes through it. Gets into a suit for the back gather. Step through. Good shot. Now this is a perfect example of him not having a right hand. If he was righty, he would have laid up on the right side of the cup. That's neither here nor there. Okay, in and out cross. Behind, rejects the screen. Now what he's going to do is he's going to go through the space and shoots a floater over Valanciunas. In and out cross, 1, 2, gets up over him. Good shot. Sees the screen, rejects, goes downhill. But if Jalen Brunson was more explosive, he would have dunked the ball. But instead, he collapsed the defense. Mikal Bridges is wide open for 3, hits the wide open shooter. Boom! Pick and roll. He got Valanciunas backing up. That means the shot is there for him. Good shot. Boom! He's going downhill. He's strong. He's fighting through contact. He's giving himself an angle to finish. Left, right. He goes up. Finishes over 2. Go left. He catches the ball. Reverse pivot. Go downhill. He got 1 and 2 to collapse on him. So that means, guess who's open? OG is open. And Cat is open. But what he does is, he sees 18 tags Cat. He dumps it off to OG. Delay. Jalen Brunson goes through Josh Hart's brush screen on an Iverson cut. He opens up. Mikal hits Josh Hart. I want you to think about passing like angles. Sometimes the defender is going to get sucked up and focus on what's going on here, and he lose track of his man. If Mikal Bridges were to try to make this pass when he eventually beats him off the cut, he has a better chance at deflecting the ball. But because he passes the ball to Josh Hart, now Hart got a better angle for this pass. Delay. Jalen Brunson getting guarded. Tween. He attacks. He's going right. Now he's going to spin back left. Gets a solid base. Good shot. Pick and roll. He attacks. Josh Hart is cutting wide open, but instead he realized that he's opening up this too much, so he gives him a double step back. Goes through. OG sees him going through, so what he does, he cuts. Great space run. DHO. If this was Steph is shooting a 3. But what Jalen Brunson does, he goes downhill. He goes into the mid-range. He pump fakes, gets Valanciunas to jump. I don't know why he jumps, because in the end of the day, you're coached to allow this shot right here. It's analytic basketball. But hey, it's the Wizards. I digress. He pump fakes. Because he's in the air, he goes into Jalen Brunson's face. He goes into his body. Boop! And what? OG Anunoby gets the ball low in the post. Mikal Bridges' man helps. And he splits. Jalen Brunson is telling OG to hit Mikal. But OG doesn't have the angle to make this pass to Mikal. So he has a bunch of options. He could sit there, look at Mikal and hit Jalen for a wide open 3. Or he could hit Jalen and for Jalen hit the pass to Mikal. He hits Jalen. If Jalen wanted actually to score this, he could have faked the pass to Mikal and took the lane. Or he could have just straight up shot this. But he said, you know what? Let me make the quick pass. Good shot. Boom! He's getting trapped. Valanciunas peels off because his man is wide open. One of the things I want you to start paying attention to is posture and how he changes pace. When you relax, the defense is going to mimic your energy. So when you are relaxing, they're going to relax. So that way, when the change of speed happens, it's going to be wide open for you. Dribble, change, boom. Now he's beat. Now what he's going to do is he's going to go straight into his body, get him some space for a float, left-handed floater. Good shot. All right, he uses the screen. Now, Jalen Brunson go downhill, behind the back, bounce, spins. Now he's going to go take a left-handed layup off the glass, gets fouled. Tough lay. And what? Gordon Iverson cut. He opens up. He rips through. He swipes his hand off. Valanciunas steps over to help. It's 2-on-1. It's whatever what he wants to do. He can sit there, hit the corner, or he can sit there, shoot the floater. He shoots the floater. Good shot. Pushes the ball. Mikal Bridges jacks up a 3. Misses it. Offensive rebounds are our worst case scenario for any defense, because when you give up an offensive rebound, the whole team is collapsing. That means somebody's going to be wide open. Sure enough, he hits the ball out to Jalen Brunson, wide open. All right, they got the switch from Alex Sarr on him. And what he does, he keeps it simple. Push cross, goes. He swipes. Now his next step is going to be getting right in front of Alex Sarr. Then he stops, finishes off with 2, good left hand lay. 0 is pressing Jalen Brunson's handle. When you realize somebody's pressing you this hard, the first thing you want to do is create space, pick a foot, and go. And that's what he does. He creates space. He goes right. He dead dribbles because he's full committed on cutting him off. He does a push cross. He has him beat. The next thing I want you to start paying attention to is, did you see this hand right here? This is a hand check. That's 100% illegal. Guess what? A ref is not going to see that, and a ref is not going to call that. Because it happens all the game. It's so frequent, you will be surprised. So what Jalen Brunson does is, he takes his inside arm and knocks his hand off. He shoots a floater to tie the game. Good shot. The reason why Alex Sarr has his gap hand out here is because he knows that Jalen Brunson can shoot the ball. The problem with having the gap here is if he doesn't a pound escape going to his right hand, going to his left, there's physically no way he can contest it. It's a little bit different from him because he's 7 feet tall. For somebody who is 6'3" is 6'4", there's no way they can contest it. The other issue is his hand is not in a position to stop him from driving. So he knows for a fact that he can go back middle. Sure enough, tween, attacks. He sees the big man. He goes into the lane, shoots a floater. Good shot. So Jalen Brunson dropped 55. The Knicks won in OT due to the fact that Jalen Brunson putting the team on his back and carrying. 1. The Knicks are going to be a solid playoff team this year and a solid out together, make a deep playoff run. Why? The team is deep. They have the talent to match up with Boston. They just gotta figure out. They just gotta keep it all consistent and keep it together and stay healthy. That's 1. 2. I generally believe Karl-Anthony Towns in the postseason will be a much better acquisition than Julius Randle. 3. I think the pieces in the acquisition that they have are going to be valuable when healthy. Now, my only question is, can they remain healthy? Can they beat Boston? And can they beat Atlanta? Because I'm going to be honest with you, Atlanta been having the Knicks numbers this whole entire season, so it's going to be interesting to see. That's 1. 2, Jalen Brunson is tough. We already knew that. He's been personifying what New York basketball is supposed to be like. Tough, gritty, being a leader, and honestly, it's great to see that Jalen Brunson's out here cooking. I know I already did a video on Jalen Brunson in the in the off season. Check that video out. But it's always going to be interesting to see how he bounces forward and leads the Knicks to a championship. This year is going to be more interesting to watch because there's a lot of teams that are studs. Honestly, I cannot wait for May and June. That's when the basketball season really starts getting interesting. But hey, let me know how y'all feel about this video in the comment section below. But with that, thank y'all for tuning into the What the Heck podcast. Like, share, subscribe. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know the drill. We turn down.